Welcome to my review for Darksiders on the PS3. When I picked this title up, I was expecting to have a good time with it, but I ended up having a great time with it. I've seen it been compared to God of War meets Zelda, and although I really haven't played a lot of Zelda games to be able to compare it to that, I can say it does bear some resemblance to the God of War series. And although not quite as much fun as those games, I still really enjoyed playing it. There's a nice pacing to the way the gameplay unfolds and builds upon itself. There's a nice build on the weapons that you're provided throughout the game, with an emphasis on encouraging to revisit the weapons. So it's not like the weapon you get 5 hours into the game means you no longer want to use the weapon you got when you first started the game. They definitely each have their own purpose, their own function, and add to the style of gameplay. And the weapons have a really interesting variety to them. Your main weapon is this giant sword. Early on you also get this giant throwing glaive, and then it's mixed in with guns. And this mix of styles carries over into the environment of this post-apocalyptic world. You find that there's traditional modern buildings and structures under a layer of fantasy and time and corrosion. All of this adds up to something interesting and unique, and I really like the look and the feel of the game. The combat is lots of fun, the boss fights are entertaining, and the puzzles in the game are engaging. And in addition to all that, you also get an overloaded upgrade system for your weapons and combos and skills, with an equally stocked inventory of items that you can use in the game. Too much, really, to take advantage of, I found, but not necessarily in a bad way. Generally speaking, it's easy to switch between the weapons and the items you have access to, at least the ones that you're going to use most frequently. There's some very helpful combos that aren't too difficult to pull off, and in some cases it's not about memorizing button combinations, and it's more about timing to the way you're pressing the buttons. The controls could have used a little refinement in some areas. There was in some cases a few awkward moments, like having to press the L1 and R2 button to make something happen. It just didn't feel right. But you get used to it, and it's not something that holds the game back very much. It's not the greatest game that's ever been made, but it is a very solid action title, and worthy of getting its sequel, which I look forward to playing.